Hi, I'm Jeffrey. I'm one of the Bitcoin coaches with Ed. Now, this video is a little different than our normal ones. I wrote this stream of consciousness the other night when evaluating my model, my plan. I realized that checking prices every day isn't beneficial, but checking the strategy can be. So, I came up with this stream of consciousness. As referenced in our Q2 portfolio video, I talked about how I use Bitcoin dominance to kind of create a strategy. Now, this is not financial advice, this is just opinions. Is it possible that I got caught with my hand in the cookie jar, a little too many altcoins? Yes, it is possible. But we're sitting here at 47% Bitcoin dominance, and is there going to be another altcoin cycle in our lifetimes? I believe there is, just my opinion. So, stream of consciousness. To those who say the strategy may not work, I dare to say bring it on. To the market, in which I have no control, I say bring what you may. My portfolio is merely a position that I think can yield a higher total value at the highest possible probability. Now, this is not financial advice, and the truth is you must respect the market. No one can make it do anything other than perhaps the market makers. But overall, Bitcoin and cryptos are going to do what they're going to do. As mentioned before, in Q2 we created a video discussing the ideal portfolio and split. In it, I referenced the Bitcoin dominance, where I estimated that it would have its ebbs and flows. What I did not anticipate was it pushing to 47%, 48.2% as of today, and possibly 50 or higher, putting resiliency and confidence in my plan on hold. What I believe to happen is for this strategy to eventually have its moment. Finding the proper entry and exit points for a crypto portfolio is extremely difficult when discussing crypto versus USD. It's very hard to know when the bull, bear, or reversal is upon us. I admit that I did not see the last bear market coming to the extent that it did, but knowing what I know now, the crypto markets were inflated at too quickly of a rate. So any gains from November to July of 2018 were wiped out, and everything Vitalik and Charlie Lee said was true. We could have a crypto winter. I chose the wrong Charlie tweets in our January video. In those, I discussed bullishness behind Litecoin and cryptos. A correction was in place, and while my heart was in the right place, we tried to catch a falling knife. I admit it. We tried to perfectly time the market tide, always buy at a discount. That part I had right. The part I didn't have right was the lack of patience, so I owned it, and I dollar cost averaged on the way down, not financial advice. We're still relatively low compared to where we were in March even. Then we came all the way down to 6K and triple bottom, yes. I believe we triple bottomed. My opinion, I don't believe we're going any lower. Dare I say my prediction for the market is that we have successfully triple bottomed for 2018, and that is that. The sexy position was that we had more room to go down, but when I saw everyone running, when I had that feeling in the pit of my stomach that said sell, everyone wants to sell so we can grab 50% more at $4,000 Bitcoin, I said nah. I said that this reminds me of someone panic selling NEO at $15 because they could catch more at $10, only to miss it and buy back higher. The best YouTubers that talk about crypto talk about taking the emotion out of the decision making and outsourcing yourself. This is what I have done. This is what I have done with this model. I find myself with a portion of the portfolio riddled with altcoins. Now, I had mentioned my hand in the cookie jar, but if I had no exposure to Bitcoin whatsoever, I'd be crazy to be all in altcoins. So, and that can be indirectly or directly, but to not have any exposure to Bitcoin is certainly a risky proposition, unless I was an excellent trader. I'm not an excellent trader. I'm a midterm swing trader. I'm not a holder, and I'm certainly not a day trader, but midterm swing trading has its place. So what I did is I set levels for myself. I created a model in Excel to see what my total Bitcoin could be if I reached old points of Satoshi comparison that the altcoins were at. So I found points of resistance, and I found points near their all-time highs that they had hit multiple times in the past. In doing so, altcoins are extremely depreciated right now. I'd have significantly more in Bitcoin value. Since I'm not planning on taking this investment back into USD, right now it's about increasing my Bitcoin comparative. So, this is not financial advice, obviously. This is just showing you how you could more easily manage your exit points. If that is a strategy you want to explore, this model could work for you. If you just want to hold, more power to you. If you want to day trade, I'm rooting for you. Good luck to you both. I just personally, this is my opinion, believe a diversified portfolio is the way to do it, but strictly in terms of the tradable crypto section of my portfolio, this is not financial advice, but I am 100% in altcoins. Is it the right call? I don't know, probably not. But I made the strategic call a little early. Again, my heart was in the right place, but I debatably found myself catching knives for alts as well. I just remember going to a networking event and talking on the local crypto page about NEO. I remember what looked so much like a double top. It ended up triple topping around that 14-ish level in Satoshis, and everyone was like, oh, well, you can always buy NEO. It's always safe. You're always gonna end up making your money eventually. And I'm thinking to them, are you freaking crazy? This thing is wildly overextended. Now we're looking at it, the equivalent of 4. Why wouldn't you invest now? Is there further room to go down? Yeah, but it's not at 14 some odd Satoshis. I think it's 140,000, whatever the equivalent is. So, of course, over the course of 2018, it's likely that this strategy, all altcoins, anything in crypto, would have lost money in terms of USD and in Satoshi comparison. But the point, what's the point? What do you do at this point? I personally believe the right course of action is if you believe to your plan, if you believe in your plan, you stick to it. Read this. I was typing this at the time. Listen to these words. In my heart of hearts, I believe that if you come up with an awesome plan, you need to find your awesome plan and you need to stick with it. I remember when I was younger, literally part of the stream of consciousness, I would obsess over my Yu-Gi-Oh deck. Man, I was awesome at Yu-Gi-Oh. I had the best fucking card deck in the world, excuse my French. I was 14 years old and would bring that thing to dinner with me, bring it out, because that's the one thing I could control. In the actual matches, there was generally just like basic strategy, kind of like blackjack, but the thing you could control was your 40 card deck and your 15 card side deck. So I wanted that thing to be perfect. If you know your Yu-Gi-Oh, I got you. I sold that thing on eBay before Yu-Gi-Oh wasn't as popular. I have no idea what it would be worth now, and I just went for it. I got a good price, got a couple $100, and the comment I got back on my eBay account was, I use this deck exactly as is. The reason I tell this story is not to talk about my mad Yu-Gi-Oh game. It's to talk about the preparation that was put into the deck. Because once the games were actually played, most of the matches had already been decided. Just like with crypto strategy. The market's gonna do what it's gonna do. But if you have an excellent strategy and you execute it, that's where the game is won and lost. I do believe that Bitcoin is an excellent investment. Why not, right? And people should not invest more than they can afford to. You still have to live. But with that investment, you should do it right. So to talk guts, bringing this full circle, I mentioned this early, I don't believe NEO's a sell at 400,000 Satoshis. Is Bitcoin going on a run? Could Bitcoin dominance top out at 55%? Yeah, possibly. But if you look at the chart, it may be slowing down now. It reminds me of what it did last year, just on a lower level. I remember when NEO ran up to $180 USD. I felt like I shorted myself. Part of me said, damn, maybe we should buy up just the rest of as many of these as we can. But I didn't, because emotion shouldn't be making the decision. So I waited. And while my portfolio in USD and Satoshis may not be what it once was, in terms of units, it is. My strategy today has never been better. It's down on paper, and the reason I believe it's excellent is because it outsources emotion. I don't know if it's right, wrong, indifferent, maximizes value or not, but what it does extremely well is it outsources emotion. So specifically, what I did do in my Excel model, I said I have X number of units in this column here. They're currently at X Satoshis. And if I sell a certain percentage at this level and another percentage at this level, I used a fixed, and just for the record, I used a fixed input as the starting point and created a column called % of original sold to make it easier so you don't have to compound upon yourself. That way, you can have the strategy in place. It's a simple but excellent strategy if you execute it. Because how many times do you buy something and say, I'm going to sell it at X level of Satoshis, but when that time comes, be like, you know what, it's hot, I'm gonna let it run, and then all of a sudden, it drops back down. And then you're not sure whether to sell or not, and you get yourself panic holding a bag. The model I made is beautiful, by the way. I highly recommend you use it, create one for yourself, whatever you want to do. So if you're thinking about doing an Excel model, by all means use that. But what you should do is come up with a specific strategy. You should organize your brain, outsource yourself, like I did with my Yu-Gi-Oh deck over a decade ago, and you should own your model. That's it. I'm Jeffrey with the Bitcoin Coaches. None of this is financial advice, and good luck.